everyone, this is Henry. I'm preparing for a class next week on painting Christmas greeting cards, Christmas and New Year's seasonal greeting cards. Did this unicorn inspired by painting by Paris Wang. He's a pioneer in Asian style greeting cards and Hollywood concept designer. So I'm very inspired by his brush strokes, and I'm not adding color to it. So to make it more like a Christmas card, combine different colors, wet into wet. The line is already dry, and I'm going to add some rainbow color, Christmas color. I think it is. So the green next. I have some blue. I use cello plus some. I think get a lot of water to dilute it. You want the color to smear. You can double load with some yellow on the tip. It turns into a Christmas color. Continue with the body will be some kind of blue. I think blue color would be good. Just to use this yellow and some purple maybe. If the color is muddy, just add some water and add some saturation back. And some ultra maybe. It's ultramarine, some ultraviolet, just blue a little bit. Okay, now I will apply some white with blue for the mains. Spirals on the horn. And finally, I will inscribe and just seal the card. I will show you how to mount it on the card later. I'm going to show you how to mount the cards. Mount your Chinese brush painting or sumi painting on rice paper onto card. Now here's a card you can buy from Amazon. It has a folding line there, but for now we don't fold it. Right? Here's a silicone paper for dry mounting. It comes with in a roll, so you have to cut it into the size you want. It comes with a silicone adhesive on one side of the paper and the release paper that comes with the silicone, but it will be released after it is done. So I show you how to do it. First of all, let me cut this silicone paper. This silicone paper I hold it has 10 years, I think, over 10 years. This is the earliest version we have. At that time, the release paper is relatively heavier, so we may keep it on back of the paper as the backing itself. But now they have evolved into a much thinner weight release paper, so no longer supportive. That's why we must use a permanent support backing paper, which is a piece of plain paper, could be white, drawing paper, cardstock, board, whatever, raw paper, hot press, watercolor paper. First thing I'm going to do is to put silicone film on top of the backing support. As you can imagine, this silicone film, the silicone paper, must be exact as the backing. But however, in practice, it's very common that we have slightly larger, small size. So that creates a problem because the padding, we cannot just iron on the wood surface or table, right? We need something to put underneath it. Ideally, it would be 4 layers of denim cloth. I will show you another alternative I found during my class in the classroom settings. So just take advantage of the felt we used to paint, and I put a piece of parchment paper which is used for backing or bakery in the kitchen. Any family should have this. And I use this piece to protect the surface. So this extra silicone film exposed will not stick on the felt. if that happens, it's very difficult to remove. So that's why we prefer to use a cloth normally. But in this case, I just use a piece of denim. And you can cut the silicone with scissors if it's small, or you have to use a cutter, rotary blade with cutting board. And another thing, of course, you use is a household iron. I'll set the temperature to wool or silk. There's a silk here. I'm not sure. I think that's different. Every iron is different. Wool, linen, cotton, wool. So it's higher, or I usually use silk. Silk here. So as long as it works, it's not very important. But according to the manufacturer, the heat must be 180 Fahrenheit. It's not very hot, but kind of hot enough to melt, not melt, to activate the silicone film that comes with the release paper. This shiny side is the silicone film. Okay, I just put on line one side and just let the other side expose. Now we'll trim it off. So just you see some heat. Just iron for 10 seconds maybe. Let it cool down a little bit. If it's not cool, you will see the sticky glue that pour up. You don't want that. You just let it cool down a little bit, so it will release without pouring up. See, some part is because it's too hot. Now you can see if it's cooled, you can easily peel it off. So this is the release paper. We can use it for protecting the painting in the next step. And you can see some extra margin here. You want to trim that off. Because we have the protection surface underneath, I just fold it. It doesn't matter really. If you have the scissors in hand, you can just trim off this extra film, so it will not stick on anything unintendedly. So just trim that off, and when it's heated, it will become adhesive. So make sure you take that away, not leave it underneath. It will stick on the painting on the other side of the cutting. The attachment paper. So now I put this, still damp. I just paint it. You can spray a little moisture if there are wrinkles, but for small size like this, I don't really need that. Besides, there are some moisture in the painted area still. So I put this aligned with the backing paper or backing card, and I put this release paper back on. You can see the dirt on one side from my iron. This is the side that is not facing the film. The film was on this side, which is this little, you see the film left over here, take that out. So the film was on this side, and this side is anti-sticking. If there are any exposed adhesive outside the backing area, like here I can see some, it will not stick on this piece of paper because it's a release paper. I put this on to protect the dirt from my iron, and give it another iron to activate adhesive underneath it. At the same time, the painting will be dry with the heat. Just hold the protecting paper, the release paper from the silicone film with your left hand or your right hand. Start from the center and then go up and down, left and right. You can also do a circular movement from center out. Just make sure the air goes out, and now it's mounted beautifully without any wrinkles, and the color and the strokes are much enhanced. So this is the finishing touch of Chinese brush painting or sumi-e, and the student master. You can use traditional wet mounting with wheat paste, but that will take a long time to dry overnight normally. That's why we recommend using silicone, especially for greeting card making. It's much convenient, and you can create your own greeting cards with any painting you like. You can fold it so it's like that, right? But I just leave it before after I take a picture, and I will do some more painting. Sometimes I just paint on the hot press paper, this card itself, but it's not as nice as the rice paper. You can see the subtle nuances on rice paper gives much more spontaneity than this kind of stiff hot press paper. But if you do gouache or opaque watercolor or just transparent color on white paper, that will be fine. And you can still do it in Chinese brush painting style. I'll see you next week in my in-person and Zoom class, also recorded, and you can still join for complete class recording. And my new term starts next month on January 9th. Please sign up if you're interested in learning more of Chinese brush painting. Have a good holiday season. Believe in the magic of Christmas. Bye bye.